pump more billions of dollars into it, but it's not going to go away.
It's a nice photo.
Yeah, I got this really cool reflection like that old lady over there, and then all these scribe mark scratches on the window, and this text runs white over that. I talked to a couple of street sign managers over there talking about how, you know, every year in the city alone they replace like 10,000 signs because the signs get so fucked up from cleaning them. After a while it takes off their reflectivity, so they can't use them. This is like a collage I made. I kind of put a cross graffiti, and then this is Scott Shaw's quote about he thinks graffiti. He has other things to say about graffiti. He's really against it. He works for public works in the city, and he's like one of their bosses.
What was he saying about Kilroy?
You know, Kilroy was, he goes, he remembers when he was younger, you know, there used to be graffiti like Kilroy was here and stuff like that, but now he goes, it's just gotten crazy. Well, society's gotten crazy.
Yeah.
This is like that there.
Oh, wow.
This is just a zinc plate, another zinc plate that I made a collage on, and this is the Law 594, and I pounded it in with those stamps.
Is this the legislation that you're mentioning?
Yeah,
the new one?
yeah. Well, the new one's a revision of this, but this is kind of the beginning of it. Most of these guys know about Law 594. This is a establishment's paper, Oakland's paper, how they talk about graffiti, and that's why I wanted to use it against that other one, because here they talk about, you know, destructive graffiti gang, and these guys aren't a gang, they're a tagging crew. They did a lot of destruction, but they weren't doing gang stuff, they weren't killing anybody, they didn't have guns, they weren't doing drugs or running drugs or anything. So this is what I mean about how the media misrepresents. This is Gary Doyle, a guy that runs an abatement program in Oakland. He'd be a good guy. He'd probably want to get on. I could give you his information. Gary's really kind of runs the abatement program in the city of Oakland. He likes to call them thugs. If you talk to him, he'll call them thugs. There's a guy that goes around saying "fuck Columbus." On the final one, I have a bunch of Caltrans workers' quotes on here that talks about all the crazy stunts these guys do on the freeway to get over signs, you know, and do their graffiti on the signs.
So they
It's like Olympic. They say stuff like it's like an Olympic event to these guys, man. This is kind of a mugshot. This is crayon, and then this is Foucault talking about documentation. And then I kind of set this up like a mugshot, and then here's a document that the city uses to document graffiti writers that they bust. Foucault talks about that whole thing about documentation is a whole nother documentary. You know, it really is, because when you think about it. Hello. Shane isn't here right now. He'll be